Let us do one question. It's an integer answer question. Integer answer type question. As per the question, for a compound chromium, magnetic susceptibility is magnetic susceptibility is 3 into 10 power minus 4 at 300 Kelvin temperature. Curie constant for chromium is found to be 6.45 into 10 power n ampere Kelvin by Tesla meter. Find the value n. This is the question. Find the value n is the question. For this question, the solution is quite simple. So we studied the concept of Curie law and Curie-Weiss law. Based on that, we need to solve this question. Let us see the solution. Solution. As we know, Curie's law, intensity of magnetization is proportional to B naught, I is proportional to 1 by T, I is equal to some constant into B naught by T. This law is called Curie's law. I is called intensity of magnetization. So the general formula for IE, magnetic moment per unit volume, and magnetic susceptibility is I by H. B naught means mu naught H. So these are the general formulae known to us. As per the question, magnetic susceptibility they gave. Susceptibility is 3 into 10 power minus 4. Temperature they gave as 300 Kelvin. Curie constant they gave 6.45 into 10 power n ampere Kelvin per Tesla meter. We need to find n value. In order to relate chi, T and Curie constant, I just mix these formula like this. So this formula, intensity of magnetization is equal to C into, in the place of mu naught, in the place of B naught, you can write mu naught H by T. That H you bring this side. I by H is equal to C mu naught by T. I by H is equal to C mu naught by T. I by H is called chi. So chi can be written as C mu naught by T. C can be written as chi T by mu naught. Chi value they gave it as 3 into 10 power minus 4. T value they gave 300 Kelvin by mu naught value. Already we know that 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Then if you simplify this, 9 into this will become 10 power plus 3 plus 2, 10 power 5 by 4 into 3.14, 4 into 3.14. So this 4 will go for 2.25. This 4 will go for 2.25 times. Sum 2 by 3 means this is 0.635, sorry, 645 into 10 power 5. Then you can write it as 6.45 into 10 power 4. 6.45 into 10 power 4. So the answer, if you compare with this, n value is 4. 4 is the answer for the given question. Once again you see, intensity of magnetization is proportional to magnetic induction field strength, inversely proportional to the absolute temperature, I proportional to B naught by T. Proportionality constant is called Curie's constant. Intensity of magnetization is magnetic moment per unit volume. Magnetic susceptibility is intensity of magnetization to magnetizing field intensity. B naught is equal to mu naught H. By substituting this here, by bringing this here, by substituting this formula, I got a relationship. So simply you can say Curie law means susceptibility is equal to C mu naught by T. You can say this as Curie's law, or you can say this as Curie law. Both are nothing but the same. Both are nothing but the same. So by learning this problem, we revised the concept of Curie law. This is JEE 2014 question. As per this question, the coercivity of a small magnet where the ferromagnet gets demagnetized. The coercivity of a small magnet where the ferromagnet gets demagnetized is 3 into 10 cube ampere per meter. The current required to be passed in a solenoid of length 10 centimeters and number of turns 100, so that the magnet gets demagnetized when inside a solenoid is when inside the solenoid is option A 30 milliamperes, option B 60 milliamperes, option C 3 amperes, option D 6 amperes. This is the question. Read the question carefully. This question is on the basis of hysteresis loop. Hysteresis loop is a curve drawn between I and H or B and H. So based on that, this question is asked. By revising that concept, we can do the solution very simply. The solution is very simple. Coercivity means the reverse field that you should apply to remove the residual magnetism. So the field what you are applying, B is equal to 3 into 10 cube ampere per meter. What are the units of B? Is it B value or H value? I think it is H value. The reverse magnetizing field that should be applied to remove the residual magnetism is the coercivity. You know that B is equal to mu naught H, that is equal to 3 into 10 cube. Into 4 pi into 10 power 7. 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. That is the value of B. Otherwise, directly, what is the magnetic field inside a solenoid? Mu naught Ni or mu naught N by L into I. Here you are given length of the solenoid as well as total number of turns. Total number of turns is 100. Length is 10 centimeters. That is 0.1 meters. So you can write B value as mu naught H, or you bring this mu naught this side. B by mu naught is equal to Ni by L. B by mu naught is nothing but H. B by mu naught is nothing but directly H value. So 3 into 10 cube is equal to number of turns 100 into strength of the current by length 0.1. So this 100, this cube will go, this 0.1 and this will go. I is equal to 3 amperes. I is equal to 3 amperes is the solution for the given problem. In this question, this coercivity is nothing but reverse magnetizing field value. The relationship between magnetizing field and magnetic induction is B is equal to mu naught H. Otherwise, you simply write 3 into 10 cube mu naught Tesla. By substituting those values, we got the solution as 3. Next question. JEE Mains 2013. The question says, two short bar magnets of length 1 centimeter each have magnetic moments 1.2 ampere meter square and 1 ampere meter square. They are placed on horizontal table parallel to each other with their north poles pointing towards south. They have common magnetic equator and are separated by a distance of 20 centimeters. The value of resultant horizontal magnetic induction at midpoint O of the line joining their centers is close to you are given horizontal component of earth magnetic induction BH value they gave as 3.6 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. So this is the question. So question is little bit big question, but solution is very simple. First you read the question clearly. After reading the question, we will come to the solution part. The solution for this question is very simple. After reading the question, we understood that there are two magnets. This is first magnet, this is second magnet. So the north poles are pointing towards south. So if you see the geographic directions, east, west, north, south, their north poles are facing geographic south. So south poles are facing geographic north. There is a line joining their centers. This is the line joining the centers. This is the midpoint O. This is the midpoint O. At this point, the resultant magnetic induction they are asking. So from north to south lines of force will go. So the tangent to the line of force means magnetic induction due to the first magnet B1 will be in this direction. Even magnetic induction due to the second magnet B2 will be in this direction. Horizontal component of earth magnetic field BH also will be in the same direction. Horizontal component of earth magnetic field is tangent drawn to the line of force of earth. Earth lines of force are going from geographic south to geographic north. Hence all the three, B1 due to first magnet, B2 due to second magnet, BH due to earth magnetic field are lying in the same direction. We are required to find B net. B net is given by B1 plus B2 plus BH. So as per the question, the magnetic moment of first magnet they gave as 1.2 ampere meter square. 1.2 ampere meter square. Magnetic moment of second magnet they gave M2 is equal to 1 ampere meter square, and the separation between them is 20 centimeters. They are separated by this. Total distance is 20 centimeters, that is 0.2 meters. This point O is at a distance r, that is equal to d by 2, that is equal to 0.1 meters from the center of the magnet. As this line is equatorial line, the magnetic field on the equatorial line is given by mu naught by 4 pi into m by r cube. For first magnet m1 by r cube, mu naught by 4 pi into m2 by r cube plus bh. So if you take common terms, mu naught by 4 pi r cube is common, m1 plus m2 plus bh. You know the value of mu naught as 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 by 4 pi into r cube, that is 0.1 whole cube. M1 plus M2 is 1 plus 1.2 plus BH is 3.6 into 10 power minus 5. If you simplify this, 4 pi gets cancelled. This is 10 power minus 1, so 10 power minus 3, so it becomes 10 power minus 4. So 2.2 into 10 power minus 4 it is. It should be added with, you can write it as 0.36 into 10 power minus 4. On adding these two, the net magnetic field is given by 2.56 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla. This is the answer for the given question. This is the answer for the given question. 2.56 into 10 power minus 4 Weber per meter square or Tesla is the answer for the given question. Very, very simple solution it is. Now let us do one JEE advanced comprehension based question. 2010 JEE advanced. Paragraph type question or comprehension based question. They gave a passage like this. As per the passage, electrical resistance of certain materials, electrical resistance of certain materials is known as superconductors. Changes abruptly from a non-zero value to zero as their temperatures is lowered below a critical temperature becomes smaller than below a critical temperature TCO. An interesting property of superconductor is that their critical temperature becomes smaller their critical temperature becomes smaller than TCO or TC0 if they are placed in magnetic field. If they are placed in magnetic field. That is, TCO is a function of B. Is a function of B. Magnetic field strength or magnetic induction field strength as shown in figure. They gave the figure like this. On x-axis they took B value, on y-axis critical temperature, with respect to B they took. At a particular B value, magnetic field is, the graph is actually like this. This point is indicating critical temperature at 0. This is the paragraph given to us. Based on this paragraph, they asked 2 questions. First, let me write the first question. Question number 1, based on this. The resistance R of A superconductor the resistance R of a superconductor as a function of temperature for 2 different magnetic fields. B1 solid line, comma B2 dashed line. Here B2 is greater than B1. Which graph will give correct relation of B and T? Which graph will give, R and T. R and T. They gave 4 graphs. Let us see those graphs. Graph number 1. It is like this. R, T, they gave this as B2, this as B1. Second graph, again between R and T. This is B2, this is B1. Next, third graph, again between R and T. This is B2, this is B1. Last graph between R and T. This is B2, this is B1. Sorry, this is B1, this is B2. So this is the question given for us. We need to do the solution. Solution is very, very simple, but question you should read carefully before judging the option. Read the question carefully. Solution. Solution is very simple for this question. If you observe the graph given in the paragraph, when B value is less, critical temperature is more. When B value is more, critical temperature is less. So you can say that as B2 is greater than B1, as B2 is greater than given B1 as per the question, the critical temperature at which the resistance of conductor becomes abruptly 0. The critical temperature at which the resistance of the conductor abruptly becomes 0. For second case, critical temperature in second case should be less than critical temperature in the first case. So here if you see, as you are going like this, temperature is increasing, In the second case, the temperature is less when compared to the first case. So this is the right option. In this case, critical temperature is same for both the cases. So it is wrong option. Critical temperature in B1 case is less than B2 case. So this is also wrong option. This is also wrong option. The correct option for this question is this one. As per the question figure, B is inversely proportional to T. As B is more, T is less. As B is less, T is more. Here, B value is more, T value should be less. Critical temperature for second case should be less than critical temperature for the first case. So this is true for the given question. The second question based on this paragraph is like this. A superconductor has critical temperature at which the resistance is becoming 0 is 100 Kelvin. When the magnetic field is field of 7.5 Tesla is applied, its critical temperature becomes 75 Kelvin becomes 7.5 Tesla is applied. Its critical temperature Tc decreases to 75 Kelvin. Critical temperature decreases to 75 Kelvin for this material. Decreases to 75 Kelvin for this material. One can identify and definitely say that when they gave 4 options. Option A, B is equal to 5 Tesla, TCB is equal to 80 Kelvin. Option B, B is equal to 5 Tesla, 75 Kelvin is less than, TCB is less than 100 Kelvin. Option C, B is equal to 10 Tesla, 75 Kelvin is less than, TCB is less than 100 Kelvin. Option D, B is equal to 10 Tesla, TCB is equal to 70 Kelvin. We should select the appropriate set of B and critical temperature values as per the given options in the given question. Read the question carefully to get the answer. Once again, you observe the figure given in the question. As per the question, when you increase the temperature, B value decreases. Or when you increase the B value, T value decreases. So B and T are inversely proportional. On increasing temperature, solution. On increment of temperature, B value decreases. On increment of temperature, B value decreases. So here actually temperature value fallen from critical temperature value. Which temperature? On increase of critical temperature. So actually critical temperature fallen from 100 Kelvin to 75 Kelvin. Then this is 7.5 Tesla. Once 7.5 Tesla should become, if it decreases to 5 Tesla, it should increase from 75 to 100. So when we decrease the magnetic field value from 7.5 to 5, the temperature should increase from 75 to 100 in between. So obviously option B is correct. When we decrease B value, T value should increase. T value should increase in between 75 Kelvin to 100 Kelvin. Obviously option B is the correct answer. Thank you.